Lee, it's Monday. It's Monday. You can tell there's a heat wave on because we've both got shorts on. Oh, and you're wearing your typical British
summer shirt.
Summer shirt, yeah. So we've just done sprint planning. A little bit different this week because we've got a volunteer starting today. So we've got Skye. We've basically just been taking him through the whole sprint planning process. Just sort of explaining to them what we do, how we do it, and just sort of giving them enough stuff so they can get set up today, which is good. That's what they're doing. As for me though, this week I'm going to be doing a bit more Nintendo stuff for Switch. I noticed we got a few emails about it today. I think there's something wrong with the translations, Japanese translations. So to sort that, I'm sure there'll be more stuff later in the week for that as well. But yeah, other than that, I think mainly for me, it's actually just going to be working on Blue Mountain, just trying to get past this initial dev prototyping bit and actually just make it work. Which I'm looking forward to. We're getting there. We're pretty close. So yeah. But yeah, what are you doing anyway?
Yeah. So YouTube video still being done. It's nearly done, although you're getting closer towards the end of the day today. Other than that, hexceed needs finishing up. The DLC comes out on Friday for us this week. There's still about 50 odd levels need doing, so we're going to get a head start on that. There'll be some helping Skye because we're going to get Skye involved with some of the level building as well, so there'll be a few tasks with that. But other than that, the Patreon poll has picked the next Gun Pixels DLC, which is the Landmarks 2 book. So if I get a hexceed finished early enough in the week, I'll be making a store of that as well. Just get enough to get the store pages off. That'll be the main goal by the end of the week. Yeah. Just get it improved over the weekend if we can.
Okay, so just spent some time improving this little generator thing here, so it makes all of the rotations for all of the parts correct as well, so you don't get any strange patterns. So now I've actually got like a 10x10 cube, and it should all be fine, I think. The only trouble at the moment is the camera's stuck inside of it because it's so big, which is going to be an issue. But yeah, I should be able to fix that. I'm probably actually going to try and work on that now. We just need the camera to sort of zoom out when we're using a bigger cube. Okay, so I managed to get this camera zooming out properly to like an acceptable level. Just quite a nice little zoom as well, so I had a little curve to that as well. I'm quite pleased with it. It zooms quite far out for the 10x10, but it zooms quite far in for the 2x2. So it's just an extra setting that we set. That's fine. There is this issue though that I keep getting where for some reason the rotations that I've added earlier today, they keep forgetting it. So there's probably a serialization issue there, or something like that, but it's too late. I'll just sort that tomorrow, I think. It's not that bad, thankfully, because we've got this script that regenerates all of the data. So if I just quickly do that, then yeah, it's fine. So it's easily repairable, but cleaners just changing the bin. But yeah, I'm going to look at this tomorrow. I've also been doing a bit of work on the rotations on this like dragging stuff, trying to investigate that. But honestly, I'm a bit stumped. It's like sometimes when you do like left or right like that, that's as fine as you expect. Then if you go over here, it's inverted. I'm just not sure. I'm sure there's a hack I can put in to make that work properly, but at the moment I'm a bit stumped.
Morning, Rob.
Morning.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
It is. What are you doing?
So for me, we've got quite a few emails from Nintendo again today. I think most of it is to do with the Japanese translations we had issue with yesterday. So we got the store pages rejected for that, which is good, which means we can actually go in and edit and make the changes that they want. So I'm going to quickly try and resubmit those this morning as well. I need to have a quick look at that spreadsheet we've got to track all of the DLCs and stuff, because it's not good enough for what we need. So basically there's like 4 regions and we need to split it out and track each region individually for every DLC. So we just need that extra granularity really, because we've got some regions that are like 100% approved and some that are just not even started to be approved. So yeah, keep track on that. Other than that, I'm going to be working on Blue Mountain mainly for most of the day. I'm going to try and get the rotation, like the click and drag, a bit better. But I'm not going to make any promises because I don't have a clue. What are you doing anyway?
Yeah, so this morning I had to play around with audio balancing of the vlog. Seems to be a bigger problem this week than normal, so we're going to try and get that sorted. Seems to be found a semi-okay solution, so we'll see how it goes. And then other than that, it's just be more hexceed levels. We get as much as we can for conversation with Skye later on. To get them involved in making levels for hexceed as well.
Yeah, it'd be good. Okay, so this morning I quickly set up some remote desktop solutions for us because we got another email saying that someone in the building has caught COVID-19 and we kind of want to be able to work from home if needs be. I can because I've got all the repos at home, but stuff like this Switch stuff is all on my work PC. So yeah, that's all sorted now. We should be able to use Google Chrome desktop stuff. That's good. It's just another thing that we don't have to worry about anymore, which is good. But yeah, I've also been looking at the Switch stuff. So I've updated this spreadsheet, basically just split it out into 4 rows, one for every region, because every region is in different states of like approval and whatnot. So basically everything in red is stuff waiting on Nintendo for. Everything in grey is actually approved, like good to release. And everything in blue is stuff that we still have to do. We still have to submit all of this blue stuff for store page approval, but we're waiting on log check for that, so can't do anything of that. But all of this red stuff is all in various states, and we get email updates about all of them, and it's difficult to keep track of on what's what. So anything that's like approval, that's a good sign. In review is literally just waiting to be picked up. Anything red that is just out of our hands, basically. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly have my lunch, then I'm going to continue work on Blue Mountain. Yes, I've been hard work trying to get these rotations to align properly. I think my solution is a bit hacky, but it's all working now, which is great. So there's no more of this, like you left click here and drag down, it'll go the other way. It all works, but quite intuitively. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be more problems with this, but for the moment, it's working fine, and I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna move on to something else.
And of course, in the play mode, any changes I make using these tools or everywhere else isn't saved when I come out. So you need to make sure you've closed play mode. And one of the things we've done to make sure you know you're in play mode is you notice my screen's got sort of a blue tint to it now. That is inside the settings here. You can, when you first get in, you're going to have 2 main tabs at the bottom here, console and project. Project is just all the files, all of the scriptable objects, everything's just located in separate files here. The only ones we are interested in when it comes to levels is under resources. We have worlds, which is each individual world, so when you click on the hex at the top of the game.
Okay, so just quickly spend some time working on the sort of like interactions that you make, just making them a bit smoother. So now it sort of interpolates between points, so it's a bit more fluid. I've reduced the time that it takes to actually like snap to the next location as well, just to make it a bit more faster, so you can get like really quite fast going with it. I'm really pleased with it though. It's feeling a lot better now. I've also quickly just spent the time and added a quick little randomizer to it, because you don't want to force players to actually jumble them up themselves. So yeah, we've got that now. It quickly just jumbles them around. I've given Lee a Rubik's Cube and he's just sort of sat there enjoying himself.
Can't do it.
Hey, what day is it? Music Wednesday? Woo! What you doing?
Yeah, it's going to be day of levels. Getting quite close to the end now. I imagine that'll be 1.5 to 2 days worth of work to get that finished. So that should be quite good. A little bit of news of Skye was they made some levels yesterday as well, so we'll be testing that later on if we can get that to be sent across as well. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's good. They're working on levels for future DLCs, aren't they? Yeah, it's cool. For me, we've got more emails from Nintendo. It's literally every day. I should stop mentioning it. Every day, emails from Nintendo. I'm gonna look at that, see what we've done wrong this time. Yeah, but after that, there's a couple of editor things that I wanted to quickly look at to do like the world creation stuff. There's, like you mentioned, it's a bit laggy. The feature I did last week was a bit laggy, and usually when you don't have hexes with any level data attached to them, it should show up red, and it doesn't do that anymore in build. So I'm going to quickly fix that. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to be continuing on with Blue Dragon. I'm going to try my hand at some 3D modelling, because that's a big part of the game that we just haven't started yet and we don't really know anything about. So yeah, let's have a go. Okay, so quickly looked at the Nintendo stuff. Basically, they were just double checking about the dates that we're using because we've got these two DLCs that are releasing at a different schedule to the to all of these other DLCs, and that is releasing at a different time to this. So all the store pages are coming out at different times basically, and they were just double checking that we're fine with that, because in theory you could buy a DLC before the season pass is even available. So yeah, we're fine with it. We just want everything out. So just quickly message them back about that. But yeah, I've been looking at this this lag for this red button select thing. So all of the red levels are levels that I've already taken, and basically what I've just swapped it out, like the logic, from being run every frame to just once when you click this level select button, this select level button here. So it just checks it all once, and then yeah, it tells you which levels are good or not, which is good because it saves a lot of time for Lee. Okay, so I've been 3D modeling, well, trying to at least. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done any of this, so it's basically just learning from the ground up. I think I used Maya back in the day as well, so I'm using Blender for this. So it's a little bit different. The principles are the same, but it's just a little bit different, the UI and the interactions and stuff. But I think I'm pretty much getting the hang of it. So we've got a cube with some like curved edges, which is what we wanted. But also managed to have a go at this corner piece. This is the corner piece for this puzzle here. So it's this bit here. I think I managed to get that working. It took a long time to get that sorted, and there's still a couple of more pieces I need for that. So we need this like middle bit and these center points, but yeah, it will take a while for me to get those done. So I went ahead and started playing around with these cubes. I think it looks alright. It's a bit curved. We've managed to, like, the sticker that goes onto it as well, that's a bit curved as well. It does look a little bit tacky when you put them together. But just looking at this cube here, it looks like they've got like big curves for the corners, like for the edges, but then in between the curves aren't quite as great. So I'm going to try and replicate that and see if I can, because it's just these middle sections here. They don't look great. Okay, so I've done a little bit more 3D modeling, but not much. I've spent most of it trying to calculate. I basically just wanted to set up this cube here. Actually start getting it working, even though I don't have these side bits or the center yet. I just wanted to see how this sort of like tessellated around, just to see what it would look like. But obviously it's quite a complicated thing, so I've been trying to write a script that sort of calculates all of the angles for me. It hasn't gone quite well. I've made some progress. I think I've got like the normals correct, but after that it gets a bit wonky. But yeah, we've just received some great news from Nintendo as well, so bring back the old spreadsheet. Basically, the patch that we submitted has passed lot check, and all of the DLCs have passed lot check now, which is great news. So we can actually send off all of this stuff for store page approval tomorrow, which is going to be awful, but I'm really glad that this step is just over and done with now. We've also received final approval for Europe as well, so that's good as well for the actual base game. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be hell, but I'm glad it's happened, so woo, exciting stuff.
Yeah, just wrapping up for today. It's about 20 to 6, and I've made quite a bit of progress. I haven't done an update this week yet, but I've got nearly all of this world finished now. There's literally 20 levels left to do here, plus the milestone. The finale level isn't done either. But I've been hitting about 20 levels a day. Actually, that's only 15 levels there, so it's 15 plus the milestone. I'm hitting about 20 levels a day, so they should be more than easily done tomorrow. Once that's done, I'll get everything else done, like the achievements and the announcements ready. So hopefully that'll be this DLC packed up for the week. As well as that, been speaking with Skye a little bit. This is the sort of calendar we're using to track hours. I say track, because Skye's volunteering. They tell us when they're working. It's entirely up to them. So they're going ahead and put in some more hours for next week, which is pretty good to see. It's exciting. Today is the last day they're working this week, because just sort of setting up. They're making some levels on hexceed. It's pretty good to see. Learning really quickly, and that's what we'll set them off today doing, some more levels. But next week, I'm sure we can fit in more tasks, so I'll have the new Colour Pixels book that I'll need looking at. I've obviously making good progress on the Rubik's Cube game, so I'm sure we'll find some more tasks to do as well. But yeah, it's pretty exciting to see. The help is really handy, and it's really quite fun teaching someone else as well. Morning!
Morning! It's not morning, it's afternoon.
Yeah, phone was dying.
Yeah, the phone ran out of power, and we started it late anyway because I spent a bit of time working from home this morning testing levels.
Yeah, I've had a stand up this morning anyway. Other than testing levels, what are you doing today, Rob?
Yeah, so there were quite a few levels that needed fixing. This has been building up for a while now, so I think like 6 or 7. I've just about finished fixing those now. But yeah, apart from that, I'm going to look at store pages for Nintendo stuff. So we got the DLCs passing lot check yesterday. So there's a bunch of DLCs that we can send off for store page approvals. So I'm gonna spend most of my day doing that, I think. So I'm probably not even Blue Man stuff. So what are you doing anyway? Levels?
Yeah, just levels. I'm finishing up hexceed. There's only 15 left to do today, plus the Finale level. I'm already halfway through, so I should be done pretty soon.
Okay, so it's been a long day. I managed to get through 3 DLCs. So these are the DLCs that we've got screenshots for, because basically up until tomorrow's release, we've got screenshots for. So I've gone ahead and done those, submitted all of those off for review. It is leaving another 5, but I think that's probably just going to be a job for next week, if I'm honest. We don't have levels to screenshot. I'm just going to quickly wait until Lee's finished this last level, then I'm going to do build and head off home to finish off testing the last of the Exupro DLC.
So as you can see, we're well done. Pushed it all to the build. Just done a little bit of testing. That's what I was going to do tonight. But yeah, that's everything done. Apart from any corrections that need to be done. I'm going to leave the achievements and posts for tomorrow now, just because it is 5 o'clock already. But yeah, final levels, nice and big, and inspired off the Rubik's Cube. So hopefully it's alright.
Yeah, it's Friday, Lee. It's Friday. What you doing?
Yeah, so just closing up tasks for hexceed. So that's the achievements. I've just made a start on those, and the announcements. Get them all ready to go out tonight. Once that's done, I'm going to be going on to the next Corner Pixels DLC. Just make a start. We've got images already. It's the Landmarks 2 book, and just going to be getting enough done. Hopefully, get the store fish sent off for the weekend.
Yeah, good stuff. I've got a couple of levels to fix for the hexceed DLC that's coming out today. Yeah, just 2. So I'm going to quickly fix those, do a quick build, and push that out so that everyone's got it downloaded in time. I've got my alarm set to actually press the button for tonight. But other than that, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. I might do some Switch stuff because I need to submit a patch for the actual launch day of the Switch release, or I might do some Blue Mountain stuff. Don't know. We'll see what I fancy. Yeah. So the hexceed levels have been tested and fixed. I've done a quick build as well for that as well. I think Lee's tested all the achievements, so it's all good to go. The DLC is good to go live later today, which is great. I decided to work on Blue Mountain today instead of doing a Switch build. I just wanted to continue playing around with this puzzle that I've got here. So I've managed to get all of the maths working correctly, so it generates the dodecahedron properly, and it places the corners. The orientations aren't right. It's a big mess at the moment, but I have managed to actually get the coordinates all lined up and properly, which I'm really pleased with. So it's a really good step in the right direction. So I'm just going to continue working on that for the day, I think.
It's just after lunch now. I've finished everything regarding the hexceed DLC. So the achievements have been put live, the work, scheduled the announcements. So all that stuff now is up to actually release it later tonight. So now I'm going on to doing some Corner Pixels. Obviously got the next DLC coming up. Got all the images right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get these images put in game and get the store page ready to send off to Steam.
Hey, look, we got another puzzle. It looks quite good. It is exactly just like, where's it gone? There. It's exactly like the puzzle I've got here. It works, which is great. There's a couple of small things that I'm not happy with. I am really pleased that it's actually working and that we've actually managed to get the art for it and stuff like that. But there's a little problem that it's just me being nitpicky, I think. Yeah, but when you let go, it sort of does a little snap and a little jitter almost. You can probably see it there. I've got a GIF frame by frame of it. So when you let go, you see that little jitter it does. I'm not happy with that. Been trying to solve that, but it's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. I'm gonna have to look at it next week, I think. But I'm really happy with how far this has come. At least the weekend.
The weekend.
Yeah. You had a good week?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Got lots done. Spend most of it on hexceed. as you saw. It's a lot of levels. I'm not sure how many I've done this week, but all the levels are done in terms of getting the DLC ready for tonight, because it's coming out tonight. We should check it out. So yeah, that's been most of the week, is just making those levels. There was a bit of making achievements and getting the post ready. But that was pretty much my side of it for hexceed. And also some Switch stuff as well. I don't know how much you got done.
Yeah, so for the Switch stuff, basically the big news was that we got all of the DLCs passing lot check. So like the big bundle that we submitted last week, that passed. So it means that there's no more like roadblocks in us like submitting store pages. So we've got the first 7 DLC store pages sent off as well. We can't send the other ones yet until we've got screenshots and assets. You've done some assets for that, haven't you?
Yes, that's doing it. Yeah, ready to go.
That's good. Yeah, so hopefully next week we can make a start on that. But yeah, I've still got to press the button for the DLC, haven't I?
Yeah, it's coming out tonight, so
Yeah.
got your one set.
Yes, that's the one with the new mechanics as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a brand new mechanic, which is called range triangle. Simple name, but it tells you what it does. We'll overuse the mechanic in like every level, just to make sure you're aware that this is the new thing. Just so you get experience more, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty much it for hexceed, I reckon.
Yeah, what else have you done this week? You worked on a lot of colour and pixels.
Yeah.
It takes you like a month to do a hexceed DLC, but you just knock out one DLC in a day for colour and pixels.
Less than an hour, and the Colour and Pixels DLC is ready. It still needs testing, but we're going to leave that for Skye for next week, just to get something different to do. But everything else is pretty much ready to go, as well as what we can do for now. So the store page sent off to Steam. We're waiting for that to come back. Hopefully it'll be done on the weekend. And the announcement, the achievements, the icons are ready to go as well. But that won't be for another couple of weeks until release day, which will be a week after this video, I think.
Yes, it will be. Yeah, so you can wish list it now.
Yeah.
Ideally. Yeah, that's pretty good going, to be fair. But for me, mainly, apart from spending a lot of the week dealing with Switch stuff, I've been working on Blue Mountain, so we've actually got some like big, more complex cubes working now. We've got some actual art as well done. I had to go at 3D modelling, which I was doing a bit more of it today. I feel like it's all coming back to me a bit, but I'm still really slow. So, so yeah, the game's actually looking like tons better now. Quite happy with that. I've also got like the randomizer in now, so when you start a level, like, you can actually like, you don't have to jump up yourself. That's useful. But yeah, you did a thing, didn't you, for that? Didn't you? Didn't you do a thing, Lee? You did a thing.
Yeah, so we've got the game's coming along now, but we don't have a name for it. So we need, that's sort of like the main thing we're going to need for any sort of, when it comes to any logos, store pages. I need a name. So we've made a questionnaire, just a Google form.
Yeah.
And that's been shared out. It's in the Discord, it's in the Reddit. I'll be posting a link in the description as well.
Yeah.
So if you've got any name ideas for the game, just chuck them there. If you like it or want to use it.
Cubes and other shapes. What do you say? Cubic's Rube or something?
Cubic's Rube, yeah. One is Rubik's, as you call it.
Yeah. There's quite a few similar games as well on like mobile platforms and stuff like that. So if you do submit, just give it a check. Make sure it doesn't already exist.
Yeah.
But yeah, name our game.
Please.
Please, yeah, because we're stuck again. But the big news this week, I guess, though, was Skye started.
Yeah.
They did a couple of days, Monday through Wednesday, just a few hours, just getting set up and stuff. They spent a lot of time with you doing levels, didn't they?
Yeah, they got quite hands-on making levels. They've got the copy of the hexceed build now, and yeah, they could just plowing on making some levels. Got a bit stuck with sort of the flow, but we had a chat yesterday morning with us about what I do for making levels. So hope that helps them quite a lot. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. Pretty eager to be getting dug in, sort of getting sort of experience on what we do and how a small games industry, game studio.
Yeah.
Indie game studio.
Yeah. Know what you work for.
It's pretty good, pretty helpful having another pair of hands.
Yeah, it's really handy.
And I said next week hopefully we'll move on to some other stuff other than stuff building.
Yeah, thank you for everyone on Discord and who watches the video, and the Patreons and the 20 people who are in our subreddit.
Yes, we've got 28 people now.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Please check it out. We're trying to post this somewhere regularly to keep it sort of flowing. But yeah, it'd be good if we can get involved if you're interested.
Yeah, I've been posting a lot of GIFs in there, haven't I, for Blue Mountain. But
Some memes.
it's because we don't have a channel for it in Discord yet. Oh, don't. Oh, that's going to be splashed on the screen right now.